Hey guys, my name is Greg Lester and this is the Game Audio Analysis tutorial series. Today we'll be creating a gunshot sound using only my body and my voice. So we set ourselves some creative limitations here because I personally enjoy these challenges. It really shows you how you can create pretty much any sound with a massive variety of different source material with just a little bit of resourcefulness, creativity, and a lot of post-processing. The gear I'm using to record is the Rode NTG3 shotgun microphone, which is going into the Zoom F8 field recorder. The NTG is a condenser microphone which is ideal to record more delicate and quieter sounds, especially in louder environments, because the polar pattern of a shotgun mic is usually a hypercardioid, which means that it only picks up sound from directly in front of it and a little bit from the sides. The NTG3 also has a very smooth and nice bass response, which will aid us when we record me hitting myself for the bassy part of the gunshot. The F8 has a very nice preamps, and we will be able to raise the amplitude of the sound quite a bit before hearing any unpleasant rumbling or hissing sounds. This is because the signal to noise ratio is very high, and the NTG3 has very low self noise. In a nutshell, this means that we can boost and compress the living out of the sound without getting a lot of background noise. So let's take a look at the anatomy of a gunshot so we have an idea which elements to record in order to create the final sound. We can split the sound into low, mid, and high frequencies. The bass is what will make the gun sound big and powerful. The middle frequencies will imitate the explosion when the bullet shoots out of the barrel, and the high end are the gun mechanics and the pop. The reverb tail is a sound that comes back after reflecting off of the environment, which gives us information about the location of the sound. To create the bass of the explosion, I will record myself hitting my chest. The mid-end snap will be my knuckles cracking and a clap layered with mouse sounds, and the high end and the tail will also be a process clap and some more mouse sounds. Alright, so let's look at the processing. Step 1 was the organization. So I picked the best parts that I really liked and I organized and color coded them into basically the highs, mid, lows, and the reverb tail. The step 2 was that we want to clean up every single sound and make sure that each one sits in its own frequency range so that the mix stays clean. We do this with equalization, also called EQ, and yeah, basically what it does is you can boost and subtract from the frequency range. This means that we can kind of layer things without getting the mix really muddy. The third step is to process each sound and make it larger than life with multi-band compression. What that essentially does is split the sound into 3 bands, so low, mid, and highs, and then you can compress each band individually. This gives us a lot more control over the dynamics and the articulation of the sound. Of course, there are also multi-band compressors which have even more bands, but the one we used is the OTT from Xfer, and this has 3. The fourth step is to experiment with different effects. For example, overdrive and ring modulation like I did with 2 of the sounds. The fifth step is to worldize the sound by adding reverb. What does that mean? It means that we want to put the sound in a real space. So for example, open field or in a concrete basement. And we adjust the reverb to sound it like that. So if we put it in a video game or in a film, then it would sound a lot more realistic than just a dead gunshot sound. Here are all the layers without any effects. And here are all of the layers with effects. Now let's listen to the finished sound. I'm quite happy with the end result. I think we got pretty close to a more cartoonish gun sound, but if we wanted to make it into a more realistic one, we could simply add a layer or 2 of real gunshot sounds to make it sound like this. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you were able to take away and learn something from this video. If you want to support me and keep these videos ad-free, please go ahead and check out my Patreon. For the price of a coffee, you can access perks like my Patreon feed, where I post behind the scenes content, as well as access to my Discord server where you can ask me questions personally. So see you next time, and have a great day.